Alright, hello, good morning. So this is me officially saying that I am stepping away from college. It's weird to say. I've been wanting to say that for a while now. But the reason I'm doing it this way is because I didn't want to just say, I'm done now, goodbye. Because there's a lot more to it than just that. This has been a long time coming, actually. And it actually started back in February when the first thought came into my head. As many of you know, I've been wanting to go into business for myself, open my own gym at some point, and I knew I couldn't learn all of that in college, so I started looking around and seeing what other business owners are out there, what other gym owners there are. So I actually found one up in the cities and had been doing gym tours and visits for a little bit now, but was talking to him and ended with asking him, well, what advice would you have for me? I am, at that point, a junior in college. I still have a little bit to go. What would you suggest to me? And he said, now don't take offense to this, but something along the lines of, don't lose yourself in college. Don't lose your ability to connect with people and be able to communicate with them. Because that happens a lot. Like, you just learn so much that you're not sure how to, like, relay that information. I actually took offense to that because you don't know me. That's the one thing that I, like, pride myself on, that I'm still able to communicate with people and talk with them on a personal level and get my points across, for the most part. But then I started to think, is this really what I should be doing? I went, like, bottom line for me is, no matter where I go or what I do, I want it to be for God. Like, I'm doing all of this stuff. I've changed my major 3 times because that's what I feel like God was pulling me towards. So the thought of me going on a path that God didn't want me to go down really challenged me. It got very scary. It went from me being extremely happy and excited about all of this to second-guessing everything. And at that point, I came to the conclusion that I still needed to be in college. I wasn't done yet. I wasn't ready to be done yet. But back in September, a really good friend of mine was following her path with God and was beyond excited for her because I knew this was where he wanted her to go and what he wanted her to do. So to be able to see her do that, like totally jump all in and give it all to God and just take on something that isn't the norm. Isn't the norm what society normally sees you as is typical. And since when have I been typical? When have I ever wanted to be typical? Never. I've always had to struggle and like make my way through things. And that's again not why I am quitting. I am not quitting, I am stepping away, because quitting entitles me giving up and not having a path and not wanting to move forward. And that's the complete opposite of what I'm doing. I'm stepping away from college because God has a different path for me. He has different plans for me. And that couldn't have been more obvious than, like, that week, because I started second guessing. Is this really what he wants me to do? Especially after I've struggled this far with college. The last 3 years have not been easy. Well, when is college ever easy? But for me especially, I've always struggled with learning and test taking especially. And when that's all that you're tested on in college and all you're graded on of your knowledge, it can be very hard and very damaging too when you try and try very hard and nothing ever comes out of it. And that was my one big thing with telling people that, like, I struggle with college and this is why, because they're going to say, well, you're not trying hard enough. Well, I have been. I have tried extremely hard because I wanted to succeed. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. And I've talked to professors and I've studied with them and I've asked them certain questions. I've had them draw things out. I go to them after every single test to say, what can I do more? I went to the Learning Center and to see if they could help me. And they just got me 2 extra hours to take a test and an early date to sign up for classes, which doesn't help me very much. I had them, or they gave me some study tips which I'd already tried. That's the other thing. Ask me anything that I've tried and I've probably done it. I've done note cards, I've rewritten my notes, I've drawn out the modules, looked up different ones, I've looked up different videos to try and explain it and watch it over and over and over again, just so maybe I might be able to remember it. I even got tested for dyslexia, and they said that they'd be able to help me no matter what the outcome was, and basically after taking all the exams and tests and everything, their conclusion was inconclusive. They said you might have dyslexia, you very well could, but you've had it for so long and you've been able to learn how to mask it and work with it that it kind of says you don't. But that's because I've had it for years, ever. So again, they didn't help very much. They gave me a packet of things I've already tried, and it can be very damaging and hard to hear when everything that you've tried doesn't yield results. So that was kind of just the last straw when I took a test that I felt extremely confident in, and it just felt like review and you were going over it, and I extremely failed it. Got 24 out of 50 answers correct, and going into a test that I knew I would pass. And that's the main thing too. I'm tired of feeling like I can't do it when I know I can. I know I am smart enough and strong enough to get through anything, but when the mainstream tests say I'm not, that can put a damper on my ego. Not that it's very large, but still it can be damaging. And the bottom line is, I was getting a degree to prove to myself that I could do it. I wasn't getting a degree to help me get a job, because I knew it would be an uphill battle with where I'm heading, that it would take years of trying something and not working out and learning from it. And also, the bottom line is, if I was so excited to graduate so I could start learning and learning my way, then what am I really doing here? So I'm officially done now. I'm officially stepping away. I had some things I needed to finish up beforehand, some things I said I would do. So that's why now I'm done. And who knows, I might go back and finish my degree. I might get it, but as of right now, that's not the plan that God has for me. And I went all in and jumped for it when I didn't have a for sure answer, and it's been nothing but blessings and excitement and things just happening. And that's been the most exciting and rewarding part about all of this. Yes, I may not have a degree, but I do know what I'm talking about. Even if it's hard for me to relay it all the time or get my point across, I'm helping people and they're liking what I'm doing. And again, it's been nothing but blessings and things I never would have been able to do if I was still in college. So this is the path for me. It may not be for everybody, but since when have I ever fit the mold? When have I ever wanted to be just like the rest of society? That's been the thing that I've most enjoyed about being me, is I'm very different, and in the best way possible. So this is me officially saying that I am stepping away from college, not because I've given up, but because God has a different path for me. Alright, I hope you all have a good day. Sorry this is quite long, but again, this was why I wanted to record this video, because I had a lot more to say than just, I'm done, peace. So, yeah, well I hope you all have a great day, great weekend, and maybe talk to you soon. Bye.